Hello, this is Fabrizio.
Marco.
Gabriel.
Welcome to our Serie A predictions.
We'll be breaking down and talking about what we think the results of the weekend are going to be.
As well as highlighting the key players and key tactics for this upcoming weekend's games.
All right, guys, right down into it.
Get into it.
Yes. First big game. Milan, Lazio. Milan have 58 points. Lazio are on 62, I believe.
Listen, this is...
No, 64. Sorry, 64 points. So, I think Lazio still want to make a statement, though. Milan have been performing horribly lately. I mean, the Cremonese tie and then before
What do you
that,
think is the key matchup for this game?
the key matchup. What do you mean?
Yeah, like player versus player.
Oh, player versus player. Man, that's a tough one. The thing is, will Milan start their full team because they will?
Yeah,
I think they will.
But yeah.
For Lazio.
Actually, I don't think they're gonna put everyone in because of the Inter game, but I think more quality than the Cremonese.
Honestly, this is a weird matchup. But if let's say they play, I think this game's gonna come down to the midfield.
I was just about to say
Yeah,
that.
Brahim Diaz.
Yeah.
And
Tonali, Milinkovic,
and Milinkovic.
Alberto.
Yeah.
Alberto.
I think it's more of a
Yeah.
like a midfield type of thing than like
Yeah.
one player type.
But also
of
the
thing.
wingers. You got Leao, Zaccagni, Pedro, Salas Baker.
That's true. It could be played through the wings.
Yeah, this
I
could be
will
a
say
good
this:
game.
who has the better midfield?
Lazio.
You think Lazio?
Yeah.
I think Lazio have the better midfield, but I think Milan have the more decisive midfield.
I think Lazio have better. All right, maybe I'm wrong with this, but I think Lazio have the better individual players, but Milan as a team they work better together.
You took that. Yeah, I agree with that.
As a midfield together trio or
No,
whatever, they
Lazio.
work
I
better.
think we didn't really talk about this, but I think one of the reasons why they performed so well in Serie A this year is experience. I think Lazio, only one really besides them, Juve and Inter a bit. Lazio have
Kept the same team.
Yeah, they have some
for
of the
years.
most experience in Serie A.
No, you're right.
But also another thing is they haven't really relied on Immobile a lot this year. He only has 9 goals this season.
Yeah, well, he's been injured for most of the time.
That's
but,
what I'm saying.
That's what's good,
from
though,
what I
about
understand, he is going to play this game.
Yeah.
So, I see Lazio winning this. I see it 2-1.
Bro, why do you have to say the same ones as me? I was gonna say 2-1 too.
I mean, listen,
Lazio 2-1?
Yeah,
don't
bro.
change the result because
No.
I was going to say 1-1 for the Udinese
No,
game,
yeah.
and then I changed it to 2-1.
No, I say 2-1.
Yeah.
I say 2-1 Lazio.
What do you, same thing?
Milan 2-1.
Wow, what makes you say that?
Milan's home, and when Milan plays in the big games in the San Siro, no one's beating them.
Well, I mean,
That is
they've
true.
lost games in the San Siro this year.
Against who? Inter?
Yeah,
They lost to Napoli, but come on, Napoli.
And Napoli. I mean,
They
yeah.
beat Juve.
I mean, look, Lazio last time they played 4-0.
Different game.
Different
Different
time.
game, but the way Milan's looking right now, I don't know. Also, Milan have to focus on the Champions League. I don't think Milan's going to play their full team.
If Lazio win this game, to me, it's over. They're in Champions League next year.
Yeah.
Milan
They already are, in my opinion.
If
No, but he
Milan
needs
win
the
this
second
game, and then the other results that we're gonna talk about after,
They're still in the Champions League.
Lazio, they might not get second.
Yeah, but they'll still go to the Champions League.
I don't know. You never know. There's still a lot of
between
games
5th
left.
and 2nd, how many
Dude,
points
a lot of these teams have big games, which leads me to the next one.
Wait,
Well,
but between 5th and 2nd, listen, he's right, though, because they can drop points, and there's not that many points.
but
between
guys,
them.
you got to...
Roma 58 points, Lazio 64.
Okay, but guys, you got to look at every other team behind them has big games,
No,
too.
but that's what he's saying. If
So
everything
teams
goes-
are going to slip up, and Lazio, even if they slip up or two, they're still ahead of those other teams that will slip up.
But he's saying if everything
I mean,
goes
look,
according...
just lead into the next game now. Roma's playing Inter. These are two teams that are also behind Lazio and are fighting for the top 4.
I'm not going to lie, Roma versus... I don't know if we're going to win.
You guys, I'm sorry. You guys aren't winning this game.
No,
I hate to say.
But we can tie.
I hate
don't wanna-
Inter more.
Listen,
but
I don't think we're going to win. I know we're not going to win, but we can tie.
a tie can happen. I mean, Inter are probably going to rest their team. Now I'm looking at it. They'll
Key
probably...
matchup though in this game. For Inter,
I think it's defense
Roma.
versus defense. I think it's...
Defense versus defense.
because it's like, listen, let's say Inter scores.
Smalling and Lukaku, if Lukaku plays.
But I think, let's say Inter scores. They're going to just play defense the whole time. Let's say Roma scores.
I mean, who's Roma's best defender? Smalling, probably.
Yeah.
And what? How does he defend? He likes to bully people, right?
No,
No, he's smart. He's
Smalling
smart,
is
bro.
actually
No,
very
but
smart.
he has a.
That's more Mancini,
He's
bully.
is an imposing player.
That's more
He
Mancini.
likes.
No, that's Mancini.
No, but Smalling also he's bigger than Mancini.
Listen,
He's,
Mancini's the aggressive one.
yeah.
Smalling's the more like decisive one, and
Yes.
and then Ibanez is the more dumb one.
Ibanez
Okay,
and
but who
Mancini
has
are
more of a
like-
presence on the field? I'd say it's Smalling.
Smalling's our best
Yeah.
defender, yeah.
But
Okay.
listen, I think it's
Who can match that and more? Honestly,
Dzeko,
Jacko, but there's a player
Lukaku, Lautaro.
you don't like him. I'm not a big fan of him either.
Yeah.
Lukaku, honestly, man, their last game. How did this happen? I mean, Roma did win, but I think this is a favorable matchup for Inter if they play their full team, which
Well,
they might not.
If Dybala's on the field, it's a big thing for us, you know.
It is.
El Shaarawy.
What happened to one player won't make a difference.
No,
But
I'm
we're
saying
home.
El Shaarawy. is
You
on
guys
the
are home.
form.
It's tough to play Roma home, but listen, Inter, the way they're looking at now, their bench is good. So even if they don't play their full players, Dzeko is probably going to start. Dzeko's probably going to
Correa
start.
Might start too.
You know, I changed
Which
my
I don't
mind.
think
I feel
is
like this is gonna be a
okay.
shock. I feel like this is the type of game, for some reason, I don't know. Inter's gonna play Milan this week. Roma, they have a lot to prove coming up. I think there's gonna be a shock, and I think somehow Roma's gonna pull it off. I don't know. I don't know. I just got this feeling all of a sudden. I don't know.
I had this feeling since last week after the Milan game. Roma's gonna beat Inter. I see it, and
I think it's
I only got this all of a sudden.
It's
though.
gonna be 1-0.
But maybe this might sway your prediction. I don't know. What do you think about the tactical matchup? Inzaghi, Mourinho.
Well, listen, they kind of.
Inzaghi's been the better coach this year. He's been inconsistent, but I think it's
He
indisputable.
has the better team.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They play similar, but he has the much better team.
Mourinho.
And I wouldn't say he's been the better
Listen,
coach. Actually.
you guys said it yourself. Roma, for the players they have, I mean, Mourinho could have coached them better. He's not getting the most out of most of these guys.
I think
Abraham's looking awful.
Abraham against Milan last week was
in terms of goal scoring
on the field.
In
You're saying
terms
that's Mourinho's fault?
of goal scoring, sorry, I should have added that. In terms of goal scoring, Abraham's not scoring goals.
You're saying that's Mourinho's fault?
Yeah. Look how he plays.
I have a feeling Abraham's goal last week is going to give him a lot of confidence, and he's going to have a big
Inter
role.
scoring goals.
He's going to have a big role for Roma this last month.
He will not score. Inter scoring goals. That is the truth.
So who do you think's going to win?
Inter's going to win 2-1.
I see
Dzeko, and Correa score.
I say Roma 2-1. I say last minute goal from Roma. It's
Okay.
gonna be 1-1.
And Dzeko's actually going to be the key matchup
Roma 1-0.
against Smalling or
Listen, I got that feeling. Like we were talking about this. It wasn't just like, oh, I'm gonna say
well,
that.
the deluded Roma fan predictions continue. Next, Atalanta.
Versus who? Versus you.
I'll be honest, guys. I don't like how this is looking. Juventus haven't been looking great. Yeah, they won last week.
Yeah,
Still not looking
6-30.
great. Also, we're going to look to rest our players. Allegri is probably going to start Milik. Allegri's not going to play. Di Maria is probably not even going to start, too. I hate to say this. I see Atalanta winning this. Atalanta want to prove something. They want to prove they're still up there with the big boys. Currently, they have 58 points. Not too far off from Juve's 63.
But what's the key matchup over here? Because this
this
in my opinion, Atalanta beat Spezia 3-2 last game. Muriel scored. The game before that, they beat Torino. Duvan scored. This season, those two players, as we know, they're Atalanta's best strikers.
I think
they have not performed well this season.
I think it's the battle of the key players.
Okay,
the
but
big
this
players.
is what Atalanta have that Juve don't. They have pace. Our defenders are slow. And we play two. Allegri likes to play 3-5-2 when we don't have. We play our fullback, center back. The key matchup is obviously the back three versus those two players you talked about. And Atalanta's going to be the pace is going to be too much.
I see another tie.
Yeah, Juventus also. The last game was 3-3. I don't know how that happened.
That was crazy.
Yeah, that was probably the best game. One of the best games in Serie A this year. For the fans of high-scoring games, check that game out. But look, listen, Juve, they're not going to start their starting 11. Atalanta will, as I said before, and the pace is going to be too much. I can see Atalanta winning this 2-1.
That close?
I think Atalanta will score. Juve might get a goal back on a penalty or something.
This game is really tricky.
Yeah.
Because Juve have got that Sevilla game. Atalanta have nothing to play for. So, therefore, Atalanta is the favorite in this game. It's in Bergamo. You know how hard it is to play in their stadium. I have a feeling, though, Juve is going to win 1-0.
Well, I hope so. Allegri tactic-wise, Allegri's going to screw us, I think.
Juve, they've not been in good form. We all know this. But I have a feeling before the Sevilla game, they know if they win this Atalanta game, they're going to go into the Sevilla game with a different mentality.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to win this
Well,
game.
I will say this. We do score. It's somebody coming off the bench. It's going to be one of our key players, Di Maria, Vlahovic, maybe even Pogba.
I think Milik is going to score.
I could see that happening too, but Milik just sucks. If he does score, he probably, I don't know with this guy.
Well, I mean,
Milik just sucks.
He's better than Moise Kean.
Rabiot could score. I mean, this guy's been phenomenal this year.
I think we're all going with different predictions then, because I'm calling a tie 2-2.
Yeah?
So you got Atalanta, I got Juve.
Tie.
You got tie.
I wish I could pick Juve. If they win, they win. I mean, I could still see them winning too. You never know with this team. One last thing before we close. I just want to talk about one player, Rabiot. Biggest turnaround this year.
For Juve? Yeah.
Yes.
He's been their
Last year, our worst player. This year, our best player. That's
crazy.
It's phenomenal what he's done.
Yeah.
And he will be a key player. I mean, Rabiot could be battling out with Darun. I mean, this is he's going to be a key player for Juve's victory if it happens. Just one last game. Napoli-Fiorentina. Fiorentina's going to win this. I doubt Napoli cares.
Yeah, I think Napoli don't care.
I think Napoli's going to win. They're home. They're coming back to celebrate with their fans. I think they're going to win.
They win, but like...
I'd say 1-0 Fiorentina.
This game really doesn't mean anything anymore. I mean, for Fiorentina, I think they have more to play for.
Yeah, but Napoli, for me...
But Fiorentina, like you said, they want to focus on the Conference League too. I think this is going to be a dull game. Back and forth. I could see it... Actually, not dull. I think there'll be goals. 2-2.
1-1. 1-0 I said Fiorentina.
3-0 Napoli.
3-0 Napoli.
Yeah.
I think that's a bit of a stretch. But, okay. Well, that concludes our predictions, guys. Tune in. Next week, we'll be covering the Champions League. We're predicting that.
Milan-Inter!
Milan-Inter, yeah.
Yeah.
But I hate both teams, as usual. But also the
the
Europa League, Juventus, the delusional Roma fans. We will go through. That is all.
I hope you enjoyed the video.
Peace.
Peace.
I've said that in the past 3
I know.
videos.